Hi, what is directing in directing a movie is what we have seen last week. Directing means not directing crew members, technicians, or actors. Directing means directing your audience who are watching your movie in a theater or elsewhere. That is what real directing is. In that sense, those who want to learn filmmaking, who want to learn directing, first they should learn how to direct their audience. Where do we start this process? It's a very complex process. For that, the first thing you have to understand is cinema is not only an art, it's also a craft. Understanding cinema as an art, as a craft is the first step. What is craft? Craft is the entire process of filmmaking, what technically otherwise one does in making the film. This is what many film schools, many film books, many teachers try to teach cinema as a craft. Learning craft is not a very difficult process. In fact, if you are basically intelligent, anyone can learn the craft of filmmaking within 6 months to 1 year. But cinema is not just a craft, cinema is also an art. That's where the whole problem starts. To learn cinema as an art, you need your entire lifetime. You keep learning. That's what the filmmaking is. Having learned cinema as a craft, that is, you learn how to write a script, how to do the shot division, how to choose locations, how to make the schedule, how to handle actors. One hell of a long process. Having learned the craft, now the question comes is, what are we going to do with this craft? What stories are we going to tell using this craft? And how are we going to tell the story is another question. That's where the narrative comes. How are we going to narrate the story? This is where we understand the importance of cinema as an art. Cinema is an art with function and with responsibility. To learn this, you need to master many fields. It needs one hell of a time. As I said earlier, you need your whole lifetime to learn cinema as an art. The moment you have clarity in understanding cinema as an art and craft, it's going to help you to decide whether you want to be a mainstream filmmaker or independent filmmaker. Anyhow, for both, you need to have this clarity and understanding of cinema as an art and craft. The moment you have this clarity, first thing you learn is cinema has three births. First, cinema is born in your mind. Once it's born in your mind as an idea or story or a narrative, whatever it is, you have to keep it alive for quite some time. Unless you keep it alive for some time, it will not take its second birth. The second birth is on paper. To keep it alive on paper, what we call otherwise writing and scripting, you need to do a hard work, you need a real concentration. Without concentration and hard work, this is not going to happen. To keep it alive, the second birth, through hard work and concentration, till you lock up your final draft of the script, then only it takes the third birth, which is actual filmmaking. This is where whatever you have learned, cinema as a craft, is going to help you. We'll be discussing all the three births in detail later. Let's look at the first birth, that is, it's being born in your mind. The moment you want to tell a story using cinema as a format, what's happening to you? Why do you want to use cinema as a format for your story, for your idea? Is it because you've fallen in love with the format? Or is it because you've fallen in love with the language of cinema? In that sense, learning directing starts with understanding cinema as a language. What is language?